A week-long preview of next week's primary, and that kicks off our Project Red, White, and Blue coverage. We begin this evening with the newly created Congressional District 2. You're going to hear from the 2 Democratic candidates and the 2 Republican candidates on issues like job creation and immigration. District 8 Congressman Ron Barber and Legislative 29th State Representative Matt Hines are competing for the Democrat seat. Retired U.S. Air Force Colonel Martha McSally and political newcomer Mark Kosanimi are competing for the Republican seat.
Well, I've been in Congress for a little more than 2 months, and I'm very pleased that one of the bills I was able to vote on will actually bring jobs to Arizona, in fact, all over the country. It was a bill that was long overdue, and it has to do with transportation infrastructure and housing and urban development, which is important in terms of low-income housing and all of the rest. So we voted for that bill. It was a bipartisan vote, I'm pleased to say, and now thousands of jobs across the country will be created as a result of that.
Well, I think we need to focus on bringing skilled positions to Arizona and growing them from within, and to do that we need to focus on the industries that can come here, grow here, and stay here, and that's solar, alternative type new energy industries, and I've actually sponsored bills to help with that in the legislature, which would just recently be passed.
My platform is based on jobs, the economy, and border security. And what we need to do in the area of jobs is make sure that we reform the tax code so that businesses are able to confidently invest in new innovations and creating new jobs. And for consumers to have some certainty about what's going to be happening in the future. Right now they don't, and they're holding on to their money to say, you know, I'm not sure what's going to be happening. So it's hard for businesses to go forward because they aren't getting that demand from consumers as well.
Yeah, the economy is the #1 issue for the people of Southern Arizona and our nation. We've got to take the uncertainty out of the economy and put people back to work to good paying jobs. We got kids who are graduating from college, moving back into their homes, they're underemployed, they're unemployed. We've got businesses who are not hiring, they are not spending their capital. So we have got to get back to taking that uncertainty out so small businesses that are the engine of growth in America can start hiring and putting people back to work again.
So there you have it.
President's executive order allowing young people who came here when they were children and through no fault of their own are here. They came with their parents. They may not have even known that they were in this country until they got older. Those young people want to go to work, and they should be given an opportunity to.
You know, I appreciate that the president's policy and attempt to deal with that matter. Unfortunately, I think taking it in a piecemeal fashion, taking any piece of the immigration puzzle out and trying to address it in isolation is going to end up in failure. What we really need is comprehensive reform that focuses on solving the entire problem, getting a guest labor workforce into this country, working on border security, and making legal immigration work better, adjusting quotas and naturalization reform.
Instead of the estimate that they had of 800,000 people being potentially eligible for this, that a number could be as high as 1.2 to 1.7 million. So once again, we see the Obama administration underestimating something, how it's going to cost or how many people it's going to affect by a factor of 2. You know, they've called it their own little dream act, and really, to me, it stands for don't really expect anybody's moving.
I was down in Douglas with some ranchers the other day and talking to them again about their concerns about the border. We need to focus on securing our border. We need to reform our legal immigration system, and we got to enforce the laws that we have in the books.
Tomorrow, Not on Your Side continues our coverage of the primary elections here in Arizona. Each night, we'll focus on one race. On Not on Your Side, here at 5, we're going to tackle the Pima and Pinal County Sheriff's race Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, we'll cover the U.S. Senate seat, and Friday, Congressional District 3. Sunday, we'll hit CD1, and then Monday, the Pima County Board of Supervisors. And we sure do hope you'll tune in and join us. On to the web.